Welcome to Managing Family Accounts, Module 2, My Waitlist. At the end of this session, participants will be able to understand how to manage the My Waitlist inquiries and how this feeds into the KidSoft software program. With this training, it is beneficial to have the People Manager's Manual to use as a reference. Following from the instructions in Module 1, the first step for enrolling families is to register in My Waitlist from the company's website. Once completed, this information feeds into the company's family management software system, KidSoft. We will now take you through the training on how to manage your waitlist.
To the My Waitlist training video. This video will show you how to use the system to efficiently manage your waiting list for any childcare service and how to streamline the enrolment process when it comes to offer vacancies in your service. So this page is the dashboard, and the purpose of this screen is to give you a snapshot view of what your waitlist is looking like graphically. So on the right hand side you can see some numbers that are telling you how many requests you have on your waitlist. You can see the number in this instance is 181. It will also tell you if there are any requests that are sitting in different states, such as pending or offered. Pending will only exist if you choose to manually accept requests. By default, all requests are automatically accepted and a confirmation email is sent to the parent. And the other reason it'll be in pending is if you choose to collect a waitlist fee via PayPal, and some families may not pay the fee when they go to submit, and if so, they will be in the pending state until you move them onto the waitlist or delete them. And if you've got offers out with families that you're waiting for confirmation responses from, then you will see the requests that are sitting in the offered state. In the middle of this screen, you'll see the numbers of families that are waiting across each of the rooms in the service. These rooms are customizable in terms of the names of the rooms and the age profile of the room, and the 181 will get broken down across each of the rooms, and importantly it will show you through the blue part of the bar those families that are looking for care within the next 3 months versus the grey part of the bar, which is families that are looking for care 3 months and beyond. And each of the elements in this chart are actually clickable, so if you do click on any of them, it will take you through to a filtered listing of the waitlist, so you can begin to refine your search for families that might meet a requirement for a vacancy you've got at the moment. Now, one of the key aspects of the system that allows you to have faith and trust in this number as 181 active families is the way that the system will automatically email families each month requesting them to maintain an active status. So the way that the system will work is each month an email will go out asking the family to confirm that they are still looking for care, and if they don't click on that link within a period of 7 days, another email will be sent to the family and they will be advised that they've been removed from the waitlist. There will be another link in that email that will allow them to reactivate, but if they don't click on that, they will become inactive. And you can see here we've got a listing of all the inactive families that we have, and if I just have a little look at one of those families, you will be able to see the history here of the contacts. So we can see here that they were placed on the waitlist on the 16th of August, and then a month later they got a reminder to start being asked to confirm their requirements, that they're still active, and in this instance they did not do that, and then so they got an email saying that your waitlist has become inactive, so they get 2 bites of the cherry. Now, if at any point in time you do wish to reactivate them, you can do that, and you'll find at the top of any of the waitlist summary pages, which is this carer summary page, little action buttons that allow you to do things like offer places or delete or whatever you might want to do. In this instance, there is the option here to reactivate, and I can click on that button and it will move them from the inactive state to the active state. So they're back on the waitlist, and you can see that the original request date, which was back in 2010 in this instance, remains unchanged. So we err on the side of caution and give the parent the benefit of the doubt in terms of retaining their place on the waitlist. If you did want to change that, you can. With any element of the underlying form, you can always go to it by clicking on this little pencil, which is a little edit button, and you can come in and see the actual form that they completed, and you could, if you wished, come down to the actual request date here, and you could update that here to today's date if you wanted to do that. Obviously, only the administrator has got visibility of that particular field. So if I come back to the dashboard, we can, through seeing how the families are being emailed with status reminders, we begin to understand that this is a fair and accurate view of the families that are active and looking for care in our service. And over here is just a summary by the room. So we've got 182, the Joeys, 24 within 3 months, and the 45 within the beyond 3 months, and in total that's 69 for the Joeys room. Now let's say I am actually looking for a family. I could either look via just a quick text search, if you know their name, and you can type that name in. That will pick up the name of the child or the parent, and it will show you in a search result all the families that do meet that criteria. So all these the families have got Smith in their name, for instance. That's just like a quick reference guide. Alternately, if you're looking to fill a vacancy, let's say we're looking to fill a vacancy in our Geckos room, and we've got 22 families that are looking for care within the next 3 months, we can click on this link and it'll show us a filtered listing of all those families. Now it's important to note that when a request is submitted, the families are allocated to a room based on the care age of the child, which will calculate based on the child's birth date and when they need care, how old they will be when they need care. So they might be 6 months old today, but they don't need care for another 18 months. The care age would be 2, and they will get allocated to the 2 to 3 room, the Turtles. So it's based off the date that when they need care, and then over time that will dynamically calculate and move the child effectively through the different rooms. So you always have an accurate view of where your demand is in terms of the age profile of children when they are looking to start. So if I click on the Geckos, I've got 22 there. That will now take me through to a filtered view of the families. So here I have families, and in order of the oldest request at the top. So I've got this family who's looking for care, and they've been waiting the longest. And I've got some summary information in terms of the name and the contact number of the family, so I don't need to click on any other screens to find that out. When they want care, the birth age and the care age of the child, sometimes they'll be different, sometimes they'll be the same. If care is required into the future, then obviously the care age will be different to the birth age. And then the days they require, how many days. There's information here on sibling, so if there is a sibling that is already enrolled in the service and you want to give them priority, so it'll be a little green enrolled will be displayed there to say that there is a sibling enrolled in the service. And the other one you'll see is an orange on waitlist, which means that there is another sibling on the waitlist. And if we have a look at the detail here, back to that carer summary page, you'll see that we've got the details of the sibling here. And typically this is a situation where you might have a family that's looking for care for a preschool spot as well as a baby spot, and at least if you're going to offer a place for a preschooler, then you'll know that there is also a baby that's also looking for care as well. Just helps have a more intelligent conversation with the family. So coming back, to this. So we've got this listing, we've got the information, summary information about each of these requests. I can now further refine the search. I could be looking for a particular number of days or combination of days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in this instance, and I can filter on that. I can filter also on the birth age, the care age. At the moment, I'm looking for anyone who needs care within the next 3 months. I could change that to say anyone who's looking for care within the next 1 month or 2 months or next week. And I can also use the priority of access guidelines to filter. There are other ways of prioritising families, which we'll get to, which is through use of the custom priority questions. In this instance, we've got just some information on whether a tour has been done for a family or not, and there's a little ability to update the request if you use the custom questions to do that. There are other ways of using those, whether it could be for corporate centres that are giving priority for corporates, or an educational institution that's giving priority to staff and students. You can add some questions, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. Anyway, so at the moment I'm just going to filter based on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll filter that, and I will now see all the families that meet that criteria. And now I've got this family to the top, and I might just go into there and say, well, they're the highest priority at the minute. I might actually go to the one that's got a sibling enrolled and say, right, that's the highest priority. I can then view the detail of this particular request, and I can see all of the history of this family in terms of the automated emails that have gone out, or any notes that might have been added. There's a note here, admin wants to start later in the year. You can add notes by just using this little button here, new, and you can add notes without too much trouble. Create that, and that gets added to the contact history of the request. There's that note. You could also compose an email if you wanted at this stage. Anyway, so at this point I've got the summary information about the family in terms of the name and the address and the contact details, how they found out about us, when they went on the waitlist to begin with, and back in 2014, and the history. You can see that they've been maintaining their active status every single time they click on the link that is sent to them in their reminder emails. That creates a little interaction here, which just lets you know that the parent has maintained an active status. So you can see that that has happened. So at this point, I might want to offer a place to the family. So to do so, I'll just click on offer place. And here I've got information about the child. If I'm charging a bond or an advance fee, I can enter it here and select the room, the offer expiry date, which is how long they've got to come back to us to confirm they want the spot, the days that are being offered. So the days being offered will default to the days that have been requested. That might not always be the case, so you might be offering something different. You might be saying it's a 4-day place that they're taking. You go next, and what this will do is it will populate a template which you can customize. I'll show you how to do that a little later. And here we go, we've got a template that's been populated with the template and the name of the family and the details of the centre and details of the offer in terms of the days that are being offered, etc, etc, etc. So once you can preview that, you can choose to CC someone else on this offer that's being made, and then send that out to the family. That family will then receive that email. This is then stored here in the history, so you can see what's happened. And then when the enrolment fee or the bond or the enrolment documentation has been returned and you're ready to confirm the place, you can confirm the place just by clicking on confirm. And if you are integrated with your CCMS system, this will just be the point at which the CCMS system will come along and pick up the booking and create the booking in your system once it's been confirmed. If you don't want that to happen, you can always uncheck this checkbox, but by default it is checked. And you go next, and then your template for your confirm email will get populated. You can then confirm that. Okay, that goes off, and it is confirmed in terms of the waitlist status. As far as if you are using a CCMS system that is integrated, the booking status will be pending until that CCMS system comes along and picks up the booking each time their import runs, and once that is done successfully, it will change from pending booking to booked. And that's how you know that it has been created within your CCMS system. If you don't have a CCMS system integrated, then this screen and this report won't be populated. So that's pretty much how you will use the system in terms of gaining visibility of your waitlist, how many, by room, when, active, inactive, and how you would search and filter and offer and confirm your offers of places. We'll now move on to a few of the reports and the various settings that you'll need to configure when setting up the system for the first time. The reports, just quickly showing you those. You will see a history of the last 3 months in terms of how many requests you've received each week, and your inquiry source, where those inquiries are coming from. There are standard marketing referral sources that are captured in the form that are displayed here, so you can get a sense of where your parents are coming from. Now the settings, we will just show you how the settings work. So you'll see the names of the centre, the email address, the phone numbers. Now this is the unique waitlist link. This is the link that will be placed on your website, perhaps with a nice button, register here or apply now, and that will take the user through to a branded page of yours for them to register. And you've got your information as to who is going to sign off on the emails, just for the signature. If you're using tracking codes from Facebook or Google, you can enter those tracking codes here, and that will allow you to link clicks on adverts in Google or Facebook to actual waitlist submissions. And in your Facebook and Google accounts, you'll be able to see how many have come through as a direct result of your advertising in Google and Facebook. The rooms, clicking on Manage Rooms, here you can edit each room, so you can click on the edit button and just rename the room and change the age profile of the room. You can delete rooms, add new rooms as required. The automated email settings, so by default the email reminders will go once a month, and they will only begin to fire when the care required date is within the next 3 months. Largely this is to avoid sending emails every month to, say, families who the child is still not born and they don't need care for 2 years. You might not want to email them every single month. So here you can say only start that within when the care date is within the next 3 months. You can change that if you wish, and you can change the frequency to be less frequent than the 1 month, or you could say never, don't send them at all. The only exception to these rules is when families are registered with multiple service providers who are using My Waitlist to manage their waiting list. Families have got a single login, and they get single emails from My Waitlist advising them that they're on various waiting lists with various services. If there is a difference in these rules between services, the most frequent rule will apply. Where the family is only registered with you and no other service that's using My Waitlist, then obviously your rule will apply. The other option here is to untick the option to accept requests automatically. So if you do uncheck that, then your confirmation emails won't go automatically. The families will go into the pending state and waiting for you to manually approve them. Some email templates. So you've got a number of email templates that you can customize. So if we just look at one of them, waitlist placed, you can put whatever text you want into this email template. Just be mindful when you're making changes here that you don't delete the @ sign and the brackets. These are the merge fields, the variable fields that get picked up from the waitlist form, and the details of your offer and your center profile. So if you do delete those, you can reinsert them by using this option here to reinsert them into your text. Just be a little bit careful with that. And another word of advice is it's best not to copy and paste from Microsoft Word. That brings across a whole lot of underlying code that comes from Microsoft Word that can make the format here a little bit strange. So best to make your edits directly inside of this little editing box. If you wish, you can upload attachments such as an information package or enrolment documents or whatever you might want to do, and you can click on upload, and then you can navigate to somewhere on your computer and you can insert attachments there. Once you've made your changes, you just click on apply, and those changes will be saved. So there's a number of different templates that are provided. Waitlist created by administrator, that is an email that is sent to the family when you are entering a waitlist request on their behalf, which you can do. Just quickly show you back on the waitlist listing page, there is a little new button at the top left. If you click on that button, new, it will bring up a new blank form for you to complete, and then that will add them to the waitlist and send an email to them just asking them to log in and to make sure all the information is correct, and just to give them an idea as what to expect in terms of regular status reminders to maintain their active status. So you can customize any of these. It's worth noting that the offer expired email, that will only fire when you are using PayPal to collect bond payments. That way we've got visibility as to whether or not a payment has been made, and we can expire an offer automatically if it hasn't happened. If you're not using PayPal to do that and the payments are happening outside the system, then we obviously can't automatically expire any offers because we don't know whether a payment has been made or not. Now, your priority questions, this will allow you to set a series of questions that you will display on the waitlist form that allows you to categorise and prioritise your waitlist in different ways. In this instance, we've got questions around whether or not a tour has been undertaken, and that allows us to filter on that. Some services will use it to prioritise, as I said earlier, for corporates or staff or students at educational institutions. To do that, you need to complete 3 things. One is a label. This is the label that will appear on your filter on your waitlist listing page, as opposed to displaying a large question along here. It's just a title for the particular question that we're asking the family. So you've got the title, then you've got the actual question text, which will appear on the waitlist form, and you've got the answers, yes and no, etc. Next section here is the booking policies. So you are able to set booking policies that are either a minimum number of days or a combination of days. So in this instance, we've got a relatively sophisticated booking policy where you must have a Monday or a Friday and minimum of 2 days. And so you can set that up by specifying valid day combinations by clicking on new. You can edit them. Click on edit. You can specify also a simple minimum number of days to just say, look, it must be at least 2 days, and that way a request cannot be submitted unless it meets that requirement. Waitlist fees. Here you can specify whether or not you do charge a waitlist fee and the amount. It is possible, if you wish, to select a priority question and an answer to that question which would avoid a waitlist fee being charged. And here you would just say, it could be, are you a, did you attend this childcare service, therefore your child comes in for free? If they say yes to that question, then the waitlist fee won't be charged, so you're able to do that. If you charge it manually, you'll enter the BSB and account number. If you charge it automatically, it will happen via PayPal after you have you've connected your PayPal account to your My Waitlist account. To do that, you can see here we've already done that. You just merely, for this instance, you can click on Connect with PayPal. That will then direct you to PayPal. You'll need to log in with your PayPal credentials. It will ask you to give permission to My Waitlist to use PayPal as the payment gateway. And once you've done that, it's all connected, and families will be able to pay you via PayPal for the waitlist fees. The API keys. This is where you can generate an API key to connect to a third-party system. And theme. This is where you can change the colours and the logo. If you wish, you can just find a logo on your computer and you can upload that, and that will make sure that the page that companies register on are displaying your logo and not the My Waitlist logo. And finally, bounced emails. So if there are any emails that have bounced because they've changed jobs or the email's not working anymore, you'll get a record of all those emails that have bounced, and you can just make contact with the family and ask them to update their email address, or you can update for them. Anyway, that's pretty much an overview of how an administrator would use the system to manage their waitlist. And hopefully you found that useful. We will produce another video which will show how a family uses the system and logs in and updates their requests and submits those requests through to you in a separate video. Anyway, as I say, we hope you found it useful. If you do have any queries or questions, you can always use the support options here. Click on little support and you can type in your question, and or search the database, and if that doesn't help, then you can say none of these are helpful, get in touch, and you can submit a ticket, and tickets are generally answered within a 24-hour period, if not before. Anyway, all the best with managing your waitlist in a far more efficient manner than you used to, and we do hope you enjoy using the system. Thanks for watching.
As a part of our approach to support users in this process, a knowledge assessment will be asking you a series of questions to check your knowledge against this module. You have now completed this module. If you have any questions, please contact either your Executive Centre Manager or the Operations Manager.